And this one's a competitive card game where players are going to be dealt a hand of cards at the start of the game, with each of the cards being associated with a certain faction, and then also having a special ability. The cool thing about this game is that these are all the cards you get through the entirety of the game, so you really want to think about how you use those cards, and you really want to be efficient with them, because what you're trying to do in this game is have your allied faction be ranked higher than any of your opponents at the end of the game. The way this works is that once all players have been dealt their hand of cards, they're going to be choosing one of those cards to put face down in front of them, and this represents the faction that you're currently allied with, but this isn't a permanent commitment, and this can change throughout the game. Players take turns performing just one action on their turn, and there's just 3 different options to choose from. You can either play a card from your hand to use its special ability, but then whatever color that card is, it's also going to bump up that faction in the rankings. If you're feeling like your allied faction just isn't looking too hot, then you can also use an action to discard your face down card and replace it with one from your hand. But the last action that you can choose to perform is to discard one of the cards from your hand in order to try and guess the faction of another player's face down card. If you guess incorrectly, they can just tell you you're wrong, but if you are correct, they have to discard that card and replace it with another one from their hand, which could potentially force them to change which faction they're currently allied with. The game continues like this until all cards from players' hands have been played, and then all the players are going to be revealing their face down card, and whichever one ranks highest in the faction wins the game. If it's a tie, then it's the player with this token that wins the game, and there are different abilities that allow you to gain that. As always, if you want to check this one out, I do have it linked in the description below.